The wind always reached the battlements first, long before it touched the village below, long before it stirred the river Coquette into ripples of black water. It climbed the stone walls of Warkworth Castle and whispered across the ramparts like a warning breath. Night guards learned this quickly. Those who ignored it never stayed long. On moonless nights, the castle rose like a broken crown against the sky. Fog gathered around its towers, thick and slow, curling along the stone as though the walls themselves were breathing. Lantern light barely pierced it. Sound behaved strangely here. Footsteps echoed where no one stood, and silence arrived too suddenly, as if something had swallowed the noise whole. Thomas Avery, a veteran night guard, had walked these battlements for 6 months, long enough to know the castle had habits. At exactly 2:17 a.m., the wind would stop, every night. And when it did, something else took its place. The first scream came on a Tuesday. Thomas was halfway along the north wall when he heard it, thin at first, distant, like someone crying far across the fields. He stopped walking. The sound did not fade. It grew closer. Not louder, closer. The scream carried pain stretched over centuries, raw and human, torn from a throat that no longer existed. It slid through the fog, wrapped around the stone, and brushed past his ear like a hand. Then it vanished. No echo, no aftermath, just silence. Thomas reported it. The supervisor wrote it down. Nothing was found. They always wrote it down. Others began to hear things too. Boots marching behind them, always stopping when they turned. Armor clinking where no armor stood. Shadows pacing along the outer wall, long and thin, visible only when the moon briefly broke through the fog. One guard swore he saw a silhouette standing on the edge of the battlements, tall, unmoving, watching the land below. When he raised his lantern, the figure did not vanish. It stepped backward into the stone. History said Warkworth was a place of defense, loyalty, and blood. The walls had held against sieges, rebellions, executions. Men had screamed here once, real men with real fear, as they were dragged to the edge and thrown down. The castle remembered, and memory, trapped long enough, learns to walk. On Thomas's final night, the fog arrived early. The battlements were barely visible beyond a few feet. His radio crackled once, then died. No wind, no insects, no distant river sounds. At 2:17 a.m., everything stopped. Then the footsteps began, not behind him, all around him. Boots paced the walls in perfect rhythm, circling, overlapping, multiplying. Thomas backed toward the inner tower, lantern shaking. Shadows appeared on the fog, dozens of them, marching where no body stood, their outlines stretched and distorted by moonlight that wasn't there. A scream tore through the air, closer than ever, then another, then many. The fog parted just enough for Thomas to see them. Figures lining the battlements, dark shapes pressed against the walls, faces without detail, mouths open in endless sound, their eyes pale and hollow, fixed on him, not angry, not cruel, expectant. The stone beneath his boots felt warm. The castle was listening. The morning crew found Thomas's lantern at the center of the north wall, still lit. No sign of struggle, no body, no footprints leading away. Only this, carved freshly on the stone, deep and precise, as though made by many hands at once. The watch never ends. To this day, locals say the battlements scream only when someone walks them alone. Ghostly figures still appear against the fog. Footsteps echo where no guards remain.
and when the wind stops at 2:17 a.m., the castle listens, waiting for the next soul to join the watch, because Warkworth Castle does not haunt the living.